What fundamental fact is still not embraced by society? Being inoculated by people's sickness shouldn't be a goal because the B memory cells come after the antibodies, so unless you want an overworked immune system you should not worry about being inoculated from someone who doesn't muffle their coughs or sneezes. B memories have a 12-week lifespan, so eating chips with the washing your hands won't save you from sicknesses next year. Take probiotics and you'll have more antibodies and B memory cells after the antibodies. Politics and public policy are incredibly difficult, especially in democracies, and with very rare exceptions there's no one easy trick to solve big systemic issues. Here in the US people are obsessed with this idea that Democrats could convince Republicans to enact universal health care if they just crafted the right argument, or that Republicans could convince Democrats to gut the social safety net if they just tried harder. It's inane when you call your representative to push for some bill you want, you're lobbying. Sometimes groups of people get together to more effectively push for things they all want, for example unions lobbying for pro-worker legislation. Lobbying disappearing would make the country a lot worse. What you're talking about is much more narrow, something like lobbying from very wealthy people in certain businesses, not lobbying as a whole. Eat less calories and your total daily energy expenditure to lose weight. It seems to be making progress, but there are many people who are still looking for that one trick to lose weight. It's very hard to outwork a bad diet, so the most consistent way to lose weight is to eat less calories. You can still eat your favorites and whatnot, just use moderation and keep track. This is all a fundamental exercise in futility. We live in an age where the better educated know what's going on or what's coming. The rest breed like rabbits. Those think they have an idea. We all die in a supernova at the end. Or some other thing. The desire to procreate is inscribed in our genes. So it's best to properly educate kids about sex, consequences and pleasures, that in human culture it is more than only procreation, that porn isn't sex, and very important, consent. Immigrants make critical contributions to the economy, and the US economy will be fucked in a few decades without more immigration. Yes, immigration also creates societal problems, but that does not change the above fact. People need to keep their cat off their kitchen counter so that parasites and bacteria don't get into food. Last time I tried to explain this to a colleague, she just joked that I should tell it to her cat and not her. It's very fragile, unstable, and exploitable. Many people say it, and many people think they understand why. Few actually have the expertise to understand the technicalities behind the claims. People aren't born equal. No matter how hard you try, there will be a lot of things that others can achieve but you won't be able to, no matter how hard you try. That everything you do or told you to do if you have a typical happy life. You only filled in the blanks on someone else's definition of your life. Can't wait to sort by controversial on this one. I'm sure it'll be a rich tapestry of intellectual and thought-provoking discussion. There is a small but active group of people who deny the spherical shape of our planet and support the theories of a flat Earth. Gay people don't choose to be gay. I still hear people in my country talk about how being gay is a choice, and it blows my mind. We need global redistribution. For example, a global wealth tax financing low-income countries' public services and infrastructures. Time and space switch roles inside a black hole. The singularity is your only future and the exit only exists in your past. The GPS coordinates of one's mother's vagina at the time of one's birth do not determine one's value as a human being. That you can get on just fine with people you disagree with. Often better than with people you do agree with. We can feed everyone. We can house everyone. We can give quality healthcare to everyone. We choose not to. Having qualifications in a field means that they actually do know more about that subject than you. The more right-wing and conservative side has literally always been on the wrong side of history. The scientific fact that you can bench press more when you turn your hat backwards. Vapid consumerism is the cause of a lot of environmental problems, not capitalism. Free speech means you're gonna have to hear or read something you disagree with. In order to do what is best for a society, some people have to be left behind. Men and women are not equal. And not just physically. Let's say, culturally. While we should be equal morally, men and women are not equal physically. That you can be a religious person without being a literalist fundamentalist. You are not worth more than any other human. We all have the same value. You can feel hurt by someone without anyone having done anything wrong. Gods don't exist. Ghosts don't exist. Demons and angels don't exist. That the internet is not really a reliable place to get information. There is no one common truth or a truth. Except perhaps in science. You don't have to reply to someone who disagrees with you online. Animal factory farming is a major driver of the climate crisis. Human rights. Consent. Courtesy. Animal rights. Boundaries. The fact that all religions are scam to humankind. The concept that no religion makes any sense at all.